There is a specific moment we all inevitably hit. You look around and every path forward seems blocked off. The plans you spent years building turn to dust right in front of you, and the walls close in. It feels incredibly isolating in that moment, but you are standing on crowded ground. Every visionary in human history has occupied this exact coordinate of absolute despair. They broke down, they cried, and they felt the exact same weight you do right now. The cognitive trap we fall into is how we label that moment. We take the physical, temporary event of getting knocked down, and we internalize it as a permanent identity. Surviving this requires a different mechanical approach. Think of the biological logic of a tree caught in a severe storm. The tree doesn't survive by trying to hold back the wind. It survives by driving its root system deeper into the soil. The impact against the ground doesn't end your story. True failure is exclusively the conscious decision to stay there. High achievers treat adversity differently. A collapsed business, a failed exam, a harsh rejection. They do not view these as emotional tragedies. They process these events as necessary filtering mechanisms. Look at Thomas Edison. We tend to view him as an untouchable genius, but his method was simply the obsessive accumulation of negative data points. This is a close-up of an early incandescent light bulb. To get to this working design, Edison cycled through 10,000 attempts ending in darkness. He noted he successfully discovered 10,000 ways that don't work. Every error mathematically reduced the distance to a solution. Every no you hear strips away a flawed option. It provides the exact physical soil required to engineer your next success. Running that kind of analytical process on your own life requires resources. Specifically, it requires the one resource almost everyone claims they are completely out of: time. People love to say they'll get to their goals when they finally find some free time. But time is never passively found lying around. It has to be aggressively manufactured. This chart compares two trajectories over 24 hours. Look closely at the segment representing tonight. While one line flatlines as the competition sleeps, the other shows the reality of doing the work. Those tiny marginal ticks of effort compound. By sunrise, that overnight investment yields a massive mathematical advantage. The person who worked through those dark hours wakes up a completely different competitor. The ultimate competitive advantages are never built in front of an audience. They are constructed exclusively in those quiet hours when absolutely nobody else is watching. Executing a monumental life change will demand years of your life. But the psychological pivot point, the exact moment that triggers that multi-year process, happens in a measurable fraction of a second. Look at where you are standing right now. Your story is entirely incomplete, and you still hold complete control over the final chapters. The strongest defense against failure has absolutely nothing to do with inherent talent. It is a unilateral, unyielding promise you make to yourself to simply never stop moving forward. Every negative data point Edison logged and every hour you manufacture at night is the product of a single repeating choice. It is the internal engine that drives the entire system. The simple declaration of "I can." The absolute best version of you has not been born yet, and bringing that version of yourself into the world is entirely and beautifully your responsibility.